Hell yeah, I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated. Yeah, I'm frustrated. Yeah. If the if the cards play out the way they should, and the way we know and think they can, I'm gonna be available next week. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Like I'll be playing. That's for sure.
Mission control. We have the dial.
Phinhub, we talking Dolphins city. Phinhub, yeah, it's that Dolphins show.
Welcome to the Phinhub Show, the one NFL podcast you can't leave off your roster. Now here's your host, Joey and Kevin Tejido.
All right, welcome to another episode of the Phinhub Show, powered by BetUS. If you haven't already, make sure to check out BetUS and use code YouTube150 for a 150% bonus on your first deposit. That's YouTube150 for a 150% bonus. We also have the young Chop Robinson, who is completely looking like a stud out there.
Fantastic.
We had a few people in the comments I think it was a couple weeks back where we had called Chop Robinson a stud, and they were like, stud? Like, are you kidding me? Which, hey, look,
yeah,
he's
I don't understand how you
great
don't see
company. He's fourth in the NFL in pressure rate, just behind Myles Garrett, Micah Parsons, and Nick Bosa.
Those are three monstrous names. Those are like three of the best edge rushers in the NFL.
I mean, if I had to pick, I think those would be the best three.
And Max Crosby, obviously.
Max Crosby,
yeah.
I would put him up, but he's ahead of Max Crosby.
Yeah.
So there you go. I mean, he's in great company.
I mean, what does this
Robinson.
mean, though? The pressure rate. I mean, you're getting to the quarterback.
I mean, it's not necessarily the sack numbers.
Yeah.
You know, the sack numbers is obviously it's amazing, but that doesn't equate to how good of a rusher you are. This is a big one.
Well, I think everybody wants to be a winner, right? You know, and having a winning record, you know, I mean, you know, obviously there's only one team that leaves the year happy. That's Super Bowl champ. You know, the team that goes and loses is just as upset as the teams that don't make it. Yeah, that's just the nature of the business. But there is some solace in knowing that, you know, at least you had a winning record. You know, you're a winning team. And, you know, I think it helps, you know, something to build off of for the people who are going to be here next year and stuff like that. I know there's a lot of unknowns, but at the end of the day, we just got to do our part. You know, really, you know, and finishing the year strong, finishing with a winning record, all that stuff is something you can hang your hat on. Quite a bit. Quite a bit. You know, I try not to, you know, make decisions during season. You know, I try to wait until the offseason to kind of like really put myself in that. And I do feel like there's a chance I can play again. I know that, you know, it's not 100% where I'm definitely going to be done. But I have to treat this week like it could be my last game, you know, I mean, that's a pretty strong emotional feeling there, you know. I mean, as much as I love this game, as much as I've given this game, you know, the fact that this could be the last one is kind of crazy. But, you know, I'm going out there and play it with all my heart and try to finish with a bang. That is, I was surprising that nobody made it, you know, but, I mean, you know, you got to win ball games, you know. I mean, you don't win enough ball games early on, you know, that affects all those accolades and stuff too. So, I mean, I know it's supposed to be an individual award, but it really isn't. It's a team award. You always see teams that go, you know, on big wins, you know, even like this team last year, you know, you had 8 players, you know, just, you know, when you're a winning team, you know, you always get that extra love. But, you know, there are definitely guys in this locker room that are worthy of the Pro Bowl. You know, I mean, Jonnu Smith had an incredible year. I mean, if that's not a Pro Bowl year, I don't know what is. You know, Zach Sealer, you know, another guy. I just feel like you can go down the list. I mean, there's a few guys that are very extremely worthy. You know, but I mean, it is what it is. You know, you can't do anything about it. It's, you know, the people voted. You know, you know, just motivation for next year for those guys that feel like they got holes there. So it is what it is.
No, it's just not. I was just playing football. You know, I was finally in a defense that everyone's on the same page. There's no gray area. It's black and white. I know where people's going to fit. I know how the D-line's going to play. It's fun. It's fun when you come and play in a defense like that. Coach Weaver has done a great job. He's it's his first year doing it, but you know, I've been in the league for six years, and I've been in a good defense in Buffalo, and he's doing a good job. No, it's just not. Just I was just playing football. I was finally in a defense that everyone's on the same page. There's no gray area. People, it's black and white. People, I know where people's going to fit. I know how the D line's going to play. It's fun. It's fun when you come and play in a defense like that. It's Coach Weave has done a great job. He's it's his first year doing it, but I've been in the league for six years, and I've been in a good defense in Buffalo, and he's doing a good job.
Yeah, it means a lot. It's really exciting to hear that today from McDaniel and the team. Obviously coming from where I came from, I know we've talked about that plenty of times before. It's a blessing. I mean, it's really God's gift to me to have such an incredible career down here, and it's such a journey with the Dolphins, coming from the waivers and them empowering me from over the last 5 years now to be the player I am today with coaches and staff and everybody. It's been really incredible. So it's a blessing.
Second year coming in, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to get Jalen Phillips back.
Yeah.
And you could have Bradley Chubb back. That's a three-headed monster. Do we continue with those three, or do we get rid of Bradley Chubb and spread that money elsewhere? Maybe the offensive line?
So I'm going to answer it in two different ways. I think we will keep Bradley Chubb, and I know that's a little controversial. A lot of people have us, cutting ties with him, saving some cap room. Reason why I think we will is because I think Anthony Weaver has proven a lot in his first year as offensive coordinator. I don't think he's going to take up any head coaching jobs. I don't think he's in line for that just yet. So
it's funny because I spoke to my agent last night, and he's like, what are you doing to prepare for those ops? I'm like, absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Yeah, I'm so focused right now on just controlling what we control, beating the Jets, and praying that we get the help we need in order to continue this run, because I think if we can get in, if we're blessed with that opportunity, we can make some noise. Yeah, I guess we're a little bit like the no-name defense, I guess, right? So hopefully we get in, and we'll give them a reason to talk about us. We've talked about Zach before. I think the absolute world of him. Without a question to me, he is certainly worthy of that award, particularly for our defense. He is, the heartbeat of our defense. He holds down the middle and obviously just shows up week in and week out and affects the game in a positive manner. So well-deserving for sure.
But he did allude to something like, I really want to coach up Bradley. Not coach up Bradley Chubb. I just want to see Bradley Chubb out there in my defense. So I think he will have some say there. I think if Greer manages to stay and, obviously Mike McDaniel, I think Mike McDaniel's a lock. I think he's keeping his job. I think they'd end up keeping him. Would I want to keep him? Would I keep him on this roster? I say yeah. Why not keep that three-headed monster? Why not have something that we are, in my opinion, lacking this year? And it's because of all the injuries, obviously, right? But that consistent, pressure on the quarterback. And the only time I feel like we're getting pressure on the quarterback is with our guy, Chop Robinson.
Right.
And it's not to say that we never get pressure. I think Calais Campbell has been a monster. Getting to the quarterback as well, but it's not the same. You need guys off the edge, and, you got to make quarterbacks think twice about standing in the pocket, right? Start to scramble. Maybe you get to them a couple times, and then that third time, they're not even getting pressured, but they're like, like their internal clock is already ticking. So yeah, I think it's actually, in my opinion, more important than signing a guy like Jevon Holland, who hasn't shown much this year.
Oh, yeah. I would not sign Jevon Holland, to be completely honest. I'm not sure what happened to his play. I think injuries might have caught up to him because he did have that great rookie performance. But after that, he's kind of just gotten worse every single season.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. We thought we had a young stud in him. Not to say he won't be. Maybe there's something going on in his life, or maybe he just kind of took a little step back. He's going to take a couple steps forward next year. I will, however, consider keeping him. If he's coming back on a team-friendly deal, I didn't really prove much. Let me sign for cheap, and then I'll show you guys that I'm worth that big contract.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't know if he's going to go with a team-friendly deal. Like, a lot of these guys, the NFL, a lot of players don't last long, and if he has the opportunity to cash in.
If the opportunity is there, you're 100% right.
I think he's going to take it.
You're 100% right, but then let's think like this. A guy like Justin Simmons,
right,
has all the talent in the world. He actually didn't even take a step back, but through free agency, no one wanted to pay him the big bucks. No one wanted to give him $20 million. What did he settle for? $7 million
Right.
with the Falcons, I believe.
Falcons, yeah.
So who's to say, like, maybe we tell Jevon, hey, go see what you can get out there. If you can't bring us a better offer, this is what we're offering you. I believe he would take it. He stays in the same system. He doesn't have to, get acclimated to a new team, a new locker room, a new playbook.
I just want to see. To me, it almost looked like the effort wasn't there, and he actually alluded to that. And I forgot.
Yeah, he's
what
saying he's playing his
podcast
butt
it was.
off or whatever.
Like it almost sounded like he just started playing with his butt off.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. The urgency doesn't seem to be there for him, or at least didn't seem to be there. And now he's kind of turning it on later in the season. I don't know what's going on in his life, but you're right. Maybe there is something else happening. As for Chubb, though, I think really the answer for that would be, what are we going to be doing with the rest of the roster? Do we have enough cap space to plug in the rest of our holes? Getting Jalen Phillips back, having Chop Robinson, you can also get some cheap pass rushers in free agency. They're always there.
Yeah.
Some cheaper, than what Chubb would cost you. And I don't know. We do need a lot of work on that offensive line. If we can allocate some of that money to the offensive line, maybe that helps. I also don't know what we're going to be doing with our receivers. It seems like we have 2 number 1 wide receivers and not a lot of depth. So what are the Miami Dolphins doing there? I think there's so many question marks that the Dolphins have going into the offseason. I think Chubb could be here. But I can also see a world with the Dolphins moving on from him.
It's very 50-50. I don't think there's a right or wrong answer there. I think the idea of having that 3-headed monster, like you said, is tremendous. I think it could lead to some wins, right, next year. But also, cutting a guy like Bradley Chubb, you free up a good amount of cap space. You can allocate that to the line or, maybe another position of need because you already got 2 studs in Jalen Phillips and Chop Robinson. So I don't think there's a right or wrong answer there. So
if you guys haven't already, make sure to check out BetUS and use code YouTube150 for 150% bonus on your first deposit. That's YouTube150. Get started on BetUS today. But that's going to do it for today, guys. If you haven't already, make sure to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace up.